Hi, welcome back to Future Technos. If you're into photography, videography, or just love following camera tech, then 2025 is already shaping up to be a fascinating year. The mirrorless market is buzzing with fresh rumors and leaks, and Nikon seems to be right in the center of it all. Among the excitement, one name is being whispered again and again, the Nikon Z90. This rumored APS-C mirrorless camera has quickly become the talk of the town. Some are speculating it could finally be the true successor to Nikon's legendary D500, while others are calling it the baby Z9, hinting at pro-level performance in a smaller, more approachable body. But the big question remains, will the Z90 really live up to all this hype, or is it just another rumor designed to stir the pot? Let's start with that nickname, baby Z9. Now, Nikon has already used that title once for the Z8, so calling the Z90 the same thing does cause a bit of confusion. Jokes have already started floating around, with some saying it should be called the baby Z9, or maybe even the Z9 Lite. Funny nicknames aside, the comparison makes sense. The Z90 is rumored to bring much of Nikon's cutting-edge tech down to a crop sensor camera. If true, it would be one of the most ambitious APS-C cameras we've seen in years. One of the strongest rumors points to a 33-megapixel DX format sensor. That number might not sound like a massive leap, but it does put it slightly ahead of Canon's EOS R7, which sits at 32.5 megapixels. It's almost like Nikon is sending a cheeky message to Canon: we see your megapixels, and we raise you half a megapixel. But numbers aside, this resolution could be a real game-changer for crop shooters. Wildlife and sports photographers, for example, thrive on the extra reach a crop sensor offers, and pairing that with a high-resolution sensor means incredible detail even when cropping further in post. Imagine freezing a bird in mid-flight or capturing a cheetah mid-sprint with crisp detail. Even hobbyists photographing their pets or daily life would see a big benefit from this level of sharpness. But the Z90 isn't rumored to be just about still photography. On the video side, Nikon looks to be raising the stakes as well. Reports suggest the Z90 will offer 4K recording at 60 frames per second with oversampling, which means super sharp and detailed footage. For creators who love slow motion, there could be options for 120p or even 180p in full HD. That would make the Z90 a powerful hybrid camera for content creators, vloggers, and professionals who want both great stills and video in one package. Speed is another key talking point. The Z90 is expected to deliver 15 frames per second with its mechanical shutter, and potentially 30 frames per second with the electronic shutter. That's blazing fast for an APS-C body and positions the Z90 as a serious tool for sports, wildlife, and action shooters. Whether you're tracking a football game, photographing birds in flight, or just snapping quick bursts of street photography, that kind of speed means fewer missed moments. Another highlight is stabilization. The Z90 is rumored to come with in-body image stabilization, offering up to 6 stops of compensation. That's a big deal, because Canon's EOS R7, one of its closest rivals, doesn't include IBIS. This gives Nikon a real edge, especially in situations where stability makes or breaks a shot. Handheld wildlife photography at long focal lengths or low light street shooting both benefit enormously from reliable stabilization. Now let's talk about design. Screens are always a point of debate among photographers and vloggers. The Z90 is expected to feature a 3.2-inch tilting touchscreen. Some vloggers may be disappointed it's not a fully articulating flip-out screen, but Nikon's choice makes sense. Tilting screens are simpler, more durable, and often preferred by still photographers who don't need the flexibility of a flip-out design. Nikon seems to be focusing on practicality and reliability rather than chasing trends here. Storage is another pro-level touch. Rumors suggest the Z90 will come with dual card slots, one CF Express Type B and one SD card slot. This is a smart balance. CF Express cards provide the blazing speed required for high-resolution bursts and demanding video modes, while SD cards are affordable and widely available. It's the best of both worlds, though photographers should be prepared for the cost of CF Express cards, which remain pricey but absolutely worth it for demanding workflows. One of the most intriguing rumors surrounds the sensor itself. Some whispers suggest the Z90 might use a stacked sensor. Stacked sensors bring major advantages, such as faster readout speeds, reduced rolling shutter, and smoother performance overall. They're essentially the engines behind the most advanced cameras on the market today. But they're also expensive, which makes it uncertain whether Nikon would include one in the Z90 while still keeping it at an accessible price point. Even if Nikon skips a stacked sensor to save costs, the rest of the rumored specs still point toward a seriously capable crop sensor body that could shake up the market. While the Z90 dominates the APS-C discussion, Nikon isn't stopping there. Another exciting rumor making the rounds is about the Nikon Z6V, a special Cine edition of the Z6 series. This camera seems to be Nikon's direct appeal to hybrid filmmakers, creators who demand both strong stills and cinema-level video in one body. Early leaks suggest that the Z6V could be the indie filmmaker's dream, a camera designed with professional-grade video tools in mind, but at a price that won't break the bank. The Z6V is rumored to move away from Nikon's traditional DSLR-inspired design, instead adopting a sleeker, modular body. The focus here seems to be on filmmaking first. It might even lack a built-in electronic viewfinder, opting for a clean, compact form that works better with gimbals, rigs, and external monitors. This makes sense when you think about its target audience, filmmakers who often customize their setups heavily for different shooting environments. Cooling and reliability are also key for video cameras. The Z6V is said to include internal fans and built-in vents, designed to allow long shooting sessions without overheating, even when pushing demanding formats like 6K RAW. That kind of reliability is exactly what indie filmmakers need for long projects or continuous takes. In terms of rigging, the Z6V is expected to include multiple mounting points, allowing easy attachment of accessories like monitors, microphones, follow-focus systems, or external SSDs. Small design touches, like a redesigned grip, dedicated ISO dial, tally lights, and front-facing wheels for quick aperture and ND control, show that Nikon is paying attention to what filmmakers actually need on set. This isn't just another hybrid camera. It's shaping up to be a filmmaking toolkit in a compact body. Inside, the Z6V reportedly shares the 24.5-megapixel partially stacked CMOS sensor from the Z6 line. This sensor promises faster readout speeds than the Z6 II, helping reduce rolling shutter and improve overall video performance. But video is where the Z6V really shines. The camera is rumored to offer full-width 6K RAW recording at up to 60 frames per second, 4K at 120 frames per second, and 240 frames per second in Full HD for ultra-slow motion. Formats could include Nikon's NRAW, ProRes, H.265, and DCI 4K, all with professional tools like shutter angle controls and false color for precise exposure monitoring. Color science is another area where Nikon seems to be aiming higher. The Z6V may introduce a new red-style color profile, designed for rich gradients, natural skin tones, and filmic saturation. This is especially important for filmmakers working in post-production with tools like DaVinci Resolve or Adobe Premiere Pro. Add in features like gyroscope-based stabilization data for post-processing, 32-bit float audio recording, dual USB-C ports, external SSD support, and XLR or SDI connectivity through Nikon's adapter, and the Z6V looks like a true powerhouse. The 3.2-inch flip-out screen is said to be brighter and optimized for video monitoring, while dual card slots, CF Express and SD, offer both speed and flexibility. Autofocus improvements are also rumored, with subject tracking that includes humans, animals, and even vehicles, perfect for a wide range of shoots. Price is always an important factor, and the Z6V is rumored to launch around $3,499. That places it neatly between the Z6 III, which sits around $2,500, and high-end cinema cameras like the Red Komodo X, which costs about $6,000. If the rumors are true, Nikon would be offering indie filmmakers a cinema-ready tool at a fraction of the price of traditional cinema systems, while still including pro features like internal NDs and advanced color profiles. Of course, there are trade-offs. The absence of an EVF may be a drawback for some users. The red style workflow could take some getting used to, especially for photographers used to Nikon's standard systems. And with high-resolution recording modes, battery life might also be a limitation. But even with those compromises, the Z6V looks like one of the most exciting hybrid filmmaking tools on the horizon. Taken together, the Nikon Z90 and Z6V suggest that 2025 could be a real turning point for Nikon. On one side, the Z90 looks ready to redefine what an APS-C mirrorless camera can do, blending resolution, speed, stabilization, and video versatility. On the other, the Z6V Cine Edition looks set to bring professional filmmaking features to a much wider audience.